we're going to talk about order of operations. Order of operations is very important. It's how mathematicians from all over the world can talk and get the exact same answer. So we have rules that we have to follow whenever we do problems. And you can remember it by a silly sentence called, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." P stands for parentheses. Or it can also stand for absolute value markers. Anything that's grouping something, you do what's inside of the parentheses first. E stands for exponents, which are your little numbers on top, or your roots. Those are your exponents. M stands for multiplication, and D stands for division. And since multiplication and division are in the same fact family, you do them from left to right. So sometimes you will divide before you multiply. And same thing with A for addition and S for subtraction. You're going to go from left to right because sometimes you will subtract before you add. So I've done a couple of examples here. And so this is how I like to do it. And when you're learning order of operations, it can be really helpful. You just write PEMDAS at the top of your paper. I will often write PEMDAS with the two little arrows. And so you start with parentheses. So you're going to underline what's inside parentheses. And then you're going to just start writing. So I'm going to write 7 squared divided by 11, take away 4 is 7, plus 9 plus 14 is 23. The next thing that I can do is I can do the squareds. 7 squared is 49, divided by 7 plus 23. The next thing I'm going to do is division. 49 divided by 7 is 7. 7 plus 23 is 30. This is what's called the funnel method. You funnel it all down into one answer. Same thing here. Here we have 2 sets of parentheses. There are actually 3 sets of parentheses. There is a parenthesis, these are called brackets, and then the ones that look like curly cues are called braces. So you always start from the center and work your way out. So first we have to do this right there. So we just start writing. You have let's do this in black. You have 150, 4 times the quantity. We're going to keep the 3 plus 9 right now, over 4 minus 1, times 14, take away 11 is 3, and that is squared. We got rid of the inner parentheses, but we still must now do what's inside of the brackets. So again, since you have this quantity times this quantity, we can do this quantity. And we can do this quantity. So we can kind of do 2 steps at the same time. So to do you start writing because you don't want to leave something behind. We're going to keep our things, so we have to simplify this first. 3 plus 9 is 12. 4 take away 1 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So that one's simplified. 3 plus 9 is 12. Divided by 4 minus 1 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Times 3 squared is 9. 4 times 9 is 36. So there we kind of can get rid of it. So we have 150 minus 4 times 36. So the next thing we're going to do is the multiplication. So if you keep the symbol with it, you're going to start with 150. A minus times a positive is a negative. 4 times 36. Well, 2 36 is 72s, and 2 72s is 144. If you need to, you can take 36 times 4 off to the side. Then you have 150, take away 144, and your answer is 6. If you get a problem like this, you're not going to get to use the calculator probably. So you need to know a way to get to the answer. If you do get to use a calculator, you can type it in exactly the way you read it. It is helpful, however, on some calculators to put a times sign right before the bracket. This means 4 times this. Some calculators recognize that, some calculators do not. So it doesn't hurt to say 4 times, and you can use a parenthesis, and you can make a fraction that looks like that, and if you can make your problem look exactly like that on your calculator, you will get the correct answer, and it will do the order of operations for you. Sometimes, though, I think it is just a little bit easier to use the funnel method. So this is quick examples of the funnel method. It takes practice, and please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is what you remember for order of operations. That's all. Thanks.